So Neil, it was a disappointing trip again pre-Christmas to the northeast. It was a game of two halves, but obviously we were chasing the game. What are your thoughts after what you've seen today?
Yeah, it was always going to be difficult. Weather conditions for both teams. But you can't give the goals away that we give away. We give away sloppy penalty, lads going nowhere. Um, and obviously lad tucks it away, and then second goal, miscue from the goalkeeper a little bit, but still goes 40 yards probably from our goal. Bounces, somebody misses it, next minute ball over the top, and the lads clean through. That can't happen. When you against the wind, difficult game away from home. And I thought obviously they had a lot of the ball. They're a good football team, and obviously got the win behind them. Second half, we've had a right go. But again, you've seen a great ball go in from Lee Whelan, and two or three of our lads not on the end of it to get us back in the game. Probably 10 or 15 minutes into the second half, we've had another one flick near post. It's been headed off the line. Again, none of our lads come in second phase to head it, and then we've had shots that have gone past the post, flipped past the post. And that's us at the moment, isn't it? It's difficult. You come here, you can't afford to go 2-0 down. There's a good chance of you being behind with the wind and everything, but you can't give teams of South Shields quality the opportunities we did. So yeah, overall disappointing. Again, as I say, but we haven't scored again. And that's, you've seen the chances that we've had, which we haven't taken. So it's one of those. You've just got to keep going, keep knocking on the door, and see where we land.
Yeah, and you're playing a side who they haven't had a 0-0 here in over a year. They're obviously high scoring. They've scored more goals in this league than anyone. So it was obviously going to be an uphill challenge trying to combat that. Do you feel like it was the unforced errors in the first half, or do you reckon it was wind assisted as to why we fell 2-0 down, or was it a combination of both?
No, it was unforced errors. I think you've seen it too. Got penalties, lads going nowhere. Is it in the box? Is it outside the box? From where we are, it looks like it's outside the box, but referee's a lot closer than us, so you've got to go with his still a tackle he shouldn't be making. And then the second goal, you've seen it for yourself. Bounce, ball over the top, and lad gets in, tucks it away. We talked about Blackett. I think he's the leading goal scorer in the league, and he's up there, and I think he's missed a large portion of the season. So we know about his qualities. So you can't give. The difference is, and I said to the lads, pre-game, that in this division, it's not like the league we've just come out of. You get punished, and usually when they're bringing subs on, they're bringing lads on of, at least National League or league quality. So you can't then think, I've lost. Thankfully he's gone off and so on, because what's coming on is as good as, if not better. We've seen that last week. At Scunthorpe. So it's tough. It's a tough division. You give silly goals away and you don't score at the other end. I keep saying it. It's not a good combination. I thought second half we had to go, as you've alluded to there. We're well aware of their potency in front of goal. But again today, although they had a lot of the football, and I said, we're going to play games a bit like last week, where teams are going to have a lot of the ball, because that, the full time, it's a massive difference when you're full time outfit and you can work on other stuff. We have our lads for an hour and a half on a Tuesday, an hour and a half on a Thursday. If we haven't got a game, so they can work on patterns. So we have to do things a little bit differently, and when teams have a lot of the ball, we've just got to shift and move, screen, across, and we do that quite well normally, and we did it quite well today. But the two goals we give away, disgraceful, if I'm honest, because you can't afford in this division to give team goals. We don't really. If you go back to the games. And you lads know, and you're at all of them, as much as what I am. There's not many teams that have opened us up. You know what I mean? Don't get me wrong, we haven't opened up many teams ourselves, but we don't get opened up that much. We gift teams goals.
There's obviously we're heading into the festive period now. We've got two vital games, but before we do get to those games, there's been a massive year for Marine in 2024. We've obviously had the end of last season with the promotion, cup win, unbeaten runs, and now we've come to this challenging half of the first season in the National League North. What's your kind of takeaway from the first half of this season for Marine?
It was always going to be challenging. We know that, and the things I'll take away, and I'm not saying it because for the way the fans have travelled, particularly away from home. is the standout for me. I go back to the likes of Kidderminster away and getting results there. I always knew, as the manager of the football club, managed at this level, won the league that we're in, that how tough it was going to be for us as a football club. But we have to keep improving. We have to keep doing things right as a football club. Yeah, we all want to stay in this division. That's a given. We have to, and we want to. But we've come a long way in a very short space of time. So it is challenging. And people say we need this player, that player. Those players, in the main, not we're not giving up in terms of recruitment and that. In the main, it's difficult to find at this moment in time. We need to find a way. You've seen it today. We've created opportunities, but from a 2024 perspective, we got promoted. We won the Liverpool Senior Cup. We've come into a very difficult, challenging league, and we found it tough. And I think we found it tough more to score goals. I think is the key. We've got our main centre forward. I know people don't like to, and our fans do because they fully understand where we're at. Our main centre forward has been out injured all season. Hasn't kicked the ball for us. Although there might be light at the end of the tunnel. After maybe Jan Feb. We lost one of our other main strikers in Solomon, who's gone and scored for Tranmere today, which is fantastic. Great to hear. So yeah, and they're tough people to replace at this level, and we just got to keep working hard. We've got to keep doing what we're doing. I don't need to say we've got to keep the fans. I know the fans. What our fans understand is what we're trying to do here, and massive hats off to them, both home and away. And I'd like to wish them all, a great Christmas and New Year. And I'm hoping over this period we can improve and get them some points, which is key. And then obviously going into the new year, we continually improve and do enough to stay in the division.
Yeah, I'm sure they'd be happy to hear that. And as you alluded to, in regards to like Bobby Grant and the fact that in January this year even, where we were, and then we went on this amazing run, things can change, luck can go a different way, and the fans are obviously going to be looking forward now to two pretty big games in quite a short distance. So we've got Chester coming up on Boxing Day, which obviously you've got really deep connections to,
yeah.
And then only a short visit to Warrington Town on New Year's Day. It's kind of with the team that you do have, because you did have a change to the side today.
Yeah.
You obviously have respect and trust in this team. What is it that you want to see in the next two games that maybe you didn't see today?
I think we've got to cut out the mistakes, and I thought first half we weren't at it, if I'm honest. We kept the same team because I think we all agree, apart from the last 8 to 9 minutes against Scunthorpe, we were a better team against a first class outfit. So I think it's only right. But you can't give the goals away like we did, and that's us. That inconsistency and that switching off in moments. Other teams that doesn't happen with the teams who are who've been in this league longer or got experience or in a full-time environment. But it's clearly obvious from our perspective where we are. We're not scoring enough goals. We've not scored an away goal since end of August. And we've seen today, we've had opportunities. Anyone who sees us train, we work on balls in the box, finish, balls in the box, finish. But we've got to take more care, And it's obvious to see as well, as a squad, we need bolstering a bit. But we've got to get the right players in. It's no good just signing lads for numbers. We don't need numbers. We need lads who are going to come and help this current group. Sometimes that happens in January. Then players might become available. We're knocking on many doors. Obviously we need Bobby back if we can, but we need Christie back. He's been a big part of what we do. Again, to strengthen the squad. But the big thing for me is, as a team, we have to be more consistent in the moments, and we come off it too much. And you've seen today the 2 goals we've given away. I've been gifted. Scunthorpe last week. First goal, penalty. We all believe it wasn't. Second goal, a mistake. Again, gifted. So I'm not talking about go back to spending more. I could go through it. You can't do that. You can't keep giving silly goals away, particularly away from home in games, because when you're not scoring enough goals, you know, those mistakes are very costly, and we have to stay in the game more.